Have you ever wondered how to get started to be successful selling your handmade items wholesale? If so, you're going to want to stay tuned. Friends, in this video, I have some golden nuggets on how to be successful in selling your handmade items wholesale. If this is your first time joining my channel, my name is Karen Viloria-Miguel, owner and founder of Canada Bliss handmade crochet hats and accessories, and I've been selling my handmade and crochet items to businesses and customers for almost a decade. In this video, I'll be covering how to get started if you're a hand maker, like a knitter, a crocheter, maybe you sell candles or jewelry, and I'm being specific to handmade in this video because of the production differences from selling very easy to access mass-produced items. As makers, we need to be able to be deliberate with our time because we are heavily involved in the production process. So selling wholesale for handmade items can be challenging if it's not approached strategically. You need to take into consideration the specialty handmade characteristics of your business and your product. So in this video, be sure to stay to the end because I'll be providing you all the key tips that you're going to need. So be sure to hit the like button and don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss future helpful videos. Now, first of all, how do you know that you're ready for wholesale? You know you're ready for wholesale when you have a product that has a track record that sells and has appeal. It's helpful if you've already sold to customers, perhaps at craft shows or in your own store or online, because you have an idea of what's popular, sellable, and appealing to your customers. You also want to be sure that you're equipped with the right staff to process and fill larger volume orders. As well, be sure that you have the administration to package, prepare, and run the wholesale side of your business. And most importantly, you have to make sure that you have your product priced to make a profit at a wholesale price. Now, pricing, if you haven't figured out your wholesale price, feel free to watch my video over here and download my pricing calculator, which will show you how to calculate your retail and your wholesale price so you can be profitable. Now, how does wholesale differ from craft shows or selling online direct to consumers? The selling process of wholesale is a little bit different than craft shows or selling your product in stores because you're not selling just to one person. You're talking to a store owner or resale buyer who knows their customer and they want to be sure that the product they're buying will sell to their customers. Now, selling at wholesale shows differ from selling directly to consumers at craft shows because at wholesale shows, you actually don't need a ton of stock. You only need samples. So you're busy after the trade show making the products for the orders, but you're making higher quantities than you used to when you were selling direct to your consumers. Unlike craft shows where you're busy making before the show begins. Now with wholesale, you're going to need to be prepared to make a lot more of what you were selling online and at craft fairs. And you also will need to be monetarily prepared to be able to purchase a larger amount of supplies and production supplies before you actually get to sell the item. Another thing about wholesale is that you need to be prepared for smaller profit margins for the purchase of each of your items. So your profit will be mostly driven by increasing the number of units that you sell. So to get wholesale orders, there are some choices. Some handmakers get their feet wet by selling wholesale through Etsy inquiries. This is a good way to slowly ease into taking larger orders and making orders for people because you can house the entire transaction process on the Etsy platform. Now more than ever, there are more online platforms that you can use to sell wholesale. You can get wholesale orders through online platforms like Faire or Amazon. You can put plugins into your Shopify shop and take wholesale orders there or provide passwords to your retailers to provide them a certain discount on your products when they order a certain amount. You can also take retail customers who are buying from you previously on consignment and start selling to them wholesale, perhaps after the first year that they've been purchasing items from you. If you haven't already seen my video on consignment, then you could take a look at it over here. The good thing about transferring a retail store from consignment to wholesale is you already have a good track record knowing what types of products their customers tend to buy from you. So it'll be easier to be able to write an order because you can order similar things that they've already been able to sell and complementary items that would complement the items that they're buying. Other ways to get wholesale accounts is the good old-fashioned door knocking. You can go to boutiques, call them, DM retailers that might be nearby or far away, send them your line sheets, try and book a call with them so that you could talk to them about the products that you offer and put together an order for them. Try and make sure that you have a good appeal for the customers that tend to shop from their stores. There are also in-person wholesale trade shows that you could sell at. Some of the popular ones are like New York Now. In Toronto, they have the Canadian Gift Fair. You could also try Who's Next in Paris or Magic in Vegas. There's also a big wholesale gift show that is in Atlanta. At these shows, what you'll do is you'll take orders for future delivery from different retailers. None of these shows are cash and carry, meaning none of these shows you would actually let people go away with physical product of yours. The sale is actually just an order placement, and it's up to you whether or not you take payment there for a deposit for their order or if you charge them at the time that their order is shipped. The nice thing about it, placing orders at the show, you don't have to have a lot of cash, but it's always a good idea to have your POS system there just in case that you do need to take deposits for large orders. As well, in terms of selling wholesale, you have to be cognizant of the timeline of the retailer, when they want their items delivered and how soon you can deliver them. So what do you need to do in order to prepare to start selling wholesale? Well, it's helpful to have the product photos on white backgrounds, just plain backgrounds, so that you could use them on your line sheets. Editorial shots are also nice as well, so you can put together nice appealing lookbooks or brochures that you can give to your retail stores or prospects. You'll need business cards, sales materials, like line sheets that have the variations of the products that you have and your product SKUs. You would need purchase order software or a purchase order book, and you would also need invoice software or an invoice book. Many people still take orders by paper. You just have to remember how to keep very organized with that information. Now, what does the order taking process look like? Well, when you meet with a store or retailer and you're showing them your line, you want to tell them about the features and the benefits of the line, show them how it's worn, what type of customers typically buy from you, the type of stores that generally carry your product. Many stores will want to know which stores you've already sold at, so you want to be able to have good references so they can get a better idea if it's a good fit for their store. Then you would put together a wholesale order for them. If you want more tips on how to close wholesale sales, I do provide this information in my course. So if you're looking to grow your business and need more information about how to do that, then feel free to click the link below and we could discuss how I might be able to help you. Now, once you have an order, then you would provide a copy of the order, the purchase order, to your customer, which is the retailer, or you would email it to them, or both, and then confirm how much you're going to charge them for the order once the order is shipped. At that point, you could decide if you're going to take a percentage deposit as well. Let them know when they're going to be charged and when they can expect it to ship. Arrange who is going to pay for the shipping, if you're offering free shipping or if it's added onto the invoice. And also let them know if they have payment terms. So if you give them 15 or 30-day payment terms after the item is delivered for them to pay. Some long-time customers, I provide this perk to if they place orders of a certain amount. So they have a little bit more time to be able to pay me after they've received the order. During times that you're taking orders, you want to be super organized. I often plot on spreadsheets what sizes and styles each store is going to receive. And then I move into production mode where I start grouping styles for my hand makers that might be helping me out. I will often make additional pieces at that time to prepare for online sales as well as for craft shows that I might be having in the future. Once I have batches assigned to each of my makers and the items that I'm going to make as well, I'll often make additional items for online sales, future craft shows that I'm making, as well as have a little bit of a buffer for replenishments. Another thing that you also want to be prepared for once you start moving into wholesale is managing staff. Once you deal with larger volumes, you're going to need to be able to manage staff for things like production, packing orders, administration, and sales. If you don't know how to hire people for your business as of yet, then don't forget that I could also help you out in my course on how to hire, write job descriptions, and interview people for positions in your own small business. Now, words of caution when you do decide to jump into wholesale: be careful what you wish for, because you may get in thinking, oh, it'll be perfect once I start getting huge department stores and large companies who order from me. But keep in mind, large national distributors and retailers may sound exciting, but can easily become very overwhelming for small businesses. You may find that actually handling boutiques as a starting point might be your better plan of action as you get your staff and your wholesale business going. Because if you want to keep the quaintness and the handmade quality of your product, you have to be sure that you can scale at a pace that is comfortable for you as a micropreneur or entrepreneur. All in all, it's exciting to grow your handmade business. And when you have a great product, your potential could be limitless. Just choose what pace is right for you. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and hit subscribe too so you never miss future content. As well, don't forget to check out my video on consignment so you can understand other ways that you can do business-to-business sales. And if you could kindly do me a favor and let me know in the comments below if any of this helped you, or if there are questions that you still have that I can cover in a video to help you out. Enjoy growing the business you love, and be sure to have a safe, healthy, and happy handmaking life. Bye, friends!